Alright, what's going on YouTube? I have a different type of video today that I want to create, and today we're going to be talking about becoming a better version of you. I have some key topics that I want to talk about, so if you would just pay attention and listen, I would very much appreciate it, and it might help a little bit, you never know. So for the first topic I have is just paying attention to your life overall. Just paying attention to who you hang out with, what you say, and what you do. Especially, I'm kind of heavy on what you do because what you tend to do on a daily basis will affect you in the long run. So like, say if you're hanging around the wrong people, smoking, doing bad things that aren't benefiting you, the more you do it, the most likely you're gonna end up that way. You know what I'm saying? The more you do it, the more you're gonna stray away from the path that you want to do, or that the path that you dream about taking. You know what I'm saying? And just focusing on the present. I had a lot of trouble with focusing on the past, with past relationships and just overthinking the past, even though it's already past. So just focus on the present. You can't control past outcomes and you can't control the future. I think I'm having a little bit of trouble with worrying about the future right now, but as time goes on, I'm just keep telling myself that there's no point. Just worry about what you're doing right now, and that's why I'm creating this video, because I wanted to do this now instead of just keep thinking about it and just keep thinking about it, and then I'm gonna just end up postponing the video someday. But I wanted to get it out of the way, and yeah, paying attention to your life will drastically change the course of your life. Most people don't do that at all. I know I didn't when I was in school, and that's something you actually have to do, because yeah, you're in school, you're not worried about anything, you think you have all the time in the world, but as soon as you graduate and reality hits you, then what? Now you're working a 9 to 5. Now you think you're behind the people that you're watching on TV and all this other shit. But just pay attention to your life and what you do. Decisions are everything. So just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? The next one is practicing self art. What do I mean by self art? Just basically you practicing to become a better you. So practicing self art. What do I mean? Discipline, spirituality. Your life is art, and you are the artist and the artwork. So what you put in is going. What you put into your life is what you're gonna get out of your life. Just like a drawing. However much work you put in is what you're gonna get out of it. You know what I'm saying? I used to be an artist back in the day. You just have to see yourself as a lifelong project. Something that you always have to continuously work on. And the more you work on yourself, the better you're gonna become, and the better, like, not I wouldn't say better, but the more you're gonna become the person that you want to be. If you feel what I'm saying. So yeah, just practice self art. Just practice discipline, spirituality. I don't care what you believe in. Like, I honestly don't. But me personally, I believe in Jesus Christ and God. I believe Jesus Christ died for our sins and that He's our Savior. So that's what I'm practicing, my spirituality on that side. And discipline can come in all types of ways, but I'll get into that when I go down more on this list. And yeah, there's always going to be continuously, you're always going to be continuously evolving in life. No matter what you do, it's either going to be a good evolution or a terrible evolution. So just make sure you're doing the right things, practicing self-art, practicing disciplines, practicing spirituality, what you believe in. And if you don't believe in anything, then I have nothing to say to you. The next one, life is about decisions. You have to make the best decisions in life, and I've made shitty decisions, in relationships, in real life, in school. Like, decisions are everything, and the decisions that you make in your life will add up. They will add up, and someday you're just gonna see all of the fucking stacked up decisions that you have made, and it's either gonna be it's either gonna be good or it's gonna be bad. And you have to pick your one. The decisions that you make on a daily basis is basically going to be the outcome of your life in the long run. So that's why I say practice discipline. Practice discipline, because life is about decisions. Are you consuming results, or are you producing your own results? And that's self-explanatory, but let me go a little bit deeper. Okay, so let's talk about social media for a second. Social media is dangerous because you don't really get to see the process or the progress. You just see the results. And, you know, seeing other people's results and all this money, fast cars, this and that, it can tend to overwhelm us and create this sense of anxiety that I need to catch up, which is exactly what I went through when I was just learning how to trade. Not even learning how to trade, when I literally got out of high school and I'm just watching YouTube and I'm seeing other kids my age, fast cars, fast things, fast things, but you know what I'm saying, like cool jewelry and all this, and I'm like what am I doing to better myself, to become that person that I want to be? You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're consuming the right things and food. Make sure you're consuming the right food. Even though I need to tell myself that, but yes, make sure you're paying attention to what you're consuming, and make sure that it's, how should I put this? It has to be, your life has to be balanced in some way. You can't just consume, or it's going to overwhelm you and consume you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to create a sense of what's this word called? Equality. I think that's the word, equality. So you have, like, yeah, humans are we're going to consume, bro. Social media is a big thing in our life. We're going to consume no matter what, but we can't just consume all the time. We also have to produce. We have to produce results in our life, no matter what the fuck, like what the fuck our situation is. So just make sure you're paying attention to what you're consuming, and just know that the progress is not always going to be there, but the more you stack small steps on top of each other, yeah, that's when you start to see progress. Okay, and now let's talk about environment. Fix your environment. Who do you hang around? Are they influencing you in a positive or negative way? And, just toxicity in general. Energy attracts energy, and if you're hanging around bad people, that's the type of energy you're just getting consumed by, and that energy is going to be your energy whether you like it or not. The more you hang around those type of people, or the more you're inside of that environment. You can change your environment, and you may think like, nah, I can't really do that, I don't want to embed in my friends. Bro, you have to do what you have to do, no matter what the situation is, bro. So fix your environment. Who do you hang around? If you're hanging around bad people, if you're hanging around people that don't influence you to do the right thing, people that influence you to go out, party, drink, this and that all the time, then you need to find new people to hang out with and fix your environment. Your environment, I don't know if I said this, but your environment shapes your reality. And like I said, if you're just hanging around bad people, you're going to become a bad person. You become who you hang around. You know what I'm saying? Fix your environment and you will fix yourself. Developing a growth mindset. Learn how to fail and overcome hard things. Mindset is a muscle that you need to work out consistently. I didn't really understand what that meant, developing a growth mindset, but the more I've just thought to myself, it's just like, you can't stay in the same mindset. You can't stay in a stagnant mindset, a mindset that doesn't grow, a mindset that doesn't learn. You have to be open to information, and you have to consume as much knowledge as possible, or you're just going to be the same person you were last year, the same person you were last week. Like, you always want to just keep growing, consuming, and just learning. You want to learn knowledge, no matter what. And it can be bad knowledge, or it can be good knowledge. It can be knowledge that can harm you. It can be knowledge that can help you. You have to develop a growth mindset no matter what, in my opinion. You can say you're working out and doing this and that, but how consistently are you doing it? The more consistently you do something, the more results you'll build on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Back when I first started trading, I wasn't really my mindset was a fixed mindset. I wasn't really doing anything. I wasn't really learning anything. I was just interested. I was interested in trading. I was watching YouTube videos, but I wasn't being open to the information that was on the internet. I wasn't looking up how to trade, how to do things, how to do this and that. Like I wasn't learning, I was just watching. And you have to learn, and learning is what's going to develop you to the person. It's going to develop you, and into the person that you want to become. So just continue working on your mindset. The more you work on it, the better it's gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Just like how you work on your muscles, the more you work out your muscles, the bigger it's gonna get. So the more you learn shit, the better you're gonna get at it. Just like if I keep trading for years after years, you know what I'm saying? That's the better I'm gonna get at it, because I'm just continuously putting myself in the market, continuously learning more knowledge about the market, continuously disciplining myself to be in the marketplace. You know what I'm saying? So you have to continuously do something. Repetition. You have to make the things add up. Like you can't just go to the gym once a week. You're not gonna see any progress. Just go I won't say every single day, that's what I do, but just go consistently. Take a break every now and then, go consistently though. Like you don't want to be stagnant for too long. You know what I'm saying? And I could say the same for myself when it comes to YouTube, but YouTube's different. Okay? YouTube's different. Okay, and yeah, like I said, repetition builds character and mindset. How do you think people are wealthy? They have developed a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. They have became the person they've wanted to be because of the mindset they have. And yeah, that's developing a growth mindset. Okay, and now I want to talk about the power of manifestation. This isn't really part of becoming a better you, but I feel like it could help. Most people don't believe in manifestation or whatnot. Like, I don't give a fuck what you believe in, honestly. But I can say for sure that if you write down your goals, write down 10 goals that you want, long term, short term, you know what I'm saying? And you read those goals out loud every single day. You write them down every single day. Like, do you know the 369 method? The 369 method is whatever you want. You write that down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night. And while you're doing that, you're reading it out loud. So once you get done writing it 3 times in the morning, you read it out loud 3 times to yourself. Your words, the more you how should I put this? Your words can literally like create your reality. You can either break yourself or build yourself up with your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go outside, say fuck all these people, and possibly get shot, because what am I doing? I am creating conflict with my mouth. Or I could be in my room reciting the things that I want to become and want to do. You know what I'm saying? And it will shape your mind. You know what I'm saying? That is part of the developing a growth mindset, but it can shape your mind and change the way you think. You know what I'm saying? Because you will begin to think more about that one thing instead of just, okay, I have a thought of that I want to create a YouTube video, or I have a thought that I want to do this when I grow up, and yeah, it's just a thought. You're not doing anything to like go towards that goal. So that's why I write down what I want to do and I take action. You can't, and this is a big part of manifestation that most people do not get. You can't try to manifest something without action. What the fuck sense does that make? You can't manifest something without trying to put in action. Just like you can't ask God to help you out without helping yourself. Like, you have to put in action as well. It's just like I said, it's like the law of equivalent exchange. You have to give up something to get something. You know what I'm saying? Or let me get that exact freaking quote so I just won't sound like a dumbass, bro. This is the law of equivalent exchange. It's a universal principle that states from something cannot come from nothing. So I basically learned this from Full Metal Alchemist. That's literally what I'm watching right now. But it applies in the real world as well. Like, you have to give up something to gain something of equal value or of more value. You can't keep hanging on to bad habits, bad things that you do, or just stupid shit. You know what you need to give up and what you need to do. It all just comes down to taking action. It literally all just comes down to taking action. Like, I have trouble with going to the gym every single day. Not really, but like, after a while, like, yeah, I got it down packed, but sometimes I sit in my bed like, do I really want to go to the gym today? I could skip today, you know? It's not like I'm going to lose any muscle mass today, but, why? If I have the ability to work out, then why not do it? It's a form of discipline as well. Discipline can come in many types of ways. I don't know if I said this before, but practicing discipline, you might not know how to practice discipline, but, you know, everyone can practice discipline in the most simplest ways. The things that you have trouble with, learn how to stop doing them. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how long you can go without jacking your dick. Let's see how long you can go to the gym for. Like, how many days can you be consistently going to the gym? You know what I'm saying? And that's just, I don't know what the hell I was just talking about. The biggest brain fart in my entire life. This is going to be the last topic I'm going to talk about, and it's going to be purpose. We don't really know why we're here on this earth, but the cool thing about being human is you can create a reason for you to be alive. Even if you really feel like you don't know why you're alive, you can create a reason. You can create a good enough reason for yourself of why you want to be alive. And that comes with recognizing who you are, what you want, and what kind of goals are you going to set for yourself. And for me personally, my purpose, I feel like, is to inspire the youth, and to help people in general, help people overcome themselves. And this is going to be a video that's going to put me into the right direction. It is going to be a video that puts me in the right direction. That's interesting. But yeah, that's what I think my purpose is on this earth, is to create and to inspire. And yours might not be that, but it could be. You never know. It's just what you really like. Like, I really don't like people, but at the same time, I love people, and I really do want to help and inspire the youth, because I see the way my city is. I see the way kids nowadays are. I see the way how people are growing up, and like, I just see how the world is at such a young age. And I would like to be that person that someone just comes up to and is like, hey, you inspire me to do this, do this, do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if not, I still I really don't care about the popularity. I just want to inspire somebody. Somebody to pick up their life and just keep moving forward. But that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like, and if you have any other video ideas that you want me to talk about, you can comment them, or if you have any questions for me, you can comment them and I will answer. But yeah, thank you all so much. I hope you have a great day. Peace out.